Hey again guys, this is Eric. I'm gonna go through a different kit that I carry with me. This is more of a survival kit, or a tin kit, and it's a little bit different, a little bit unique in a way from some of the stuff I carry and don't carry. Like most of my stuff, I customize everything I have for what I feel I need. And I recommend everyone do that. I mean, we're not all going to be in the same situation, same climates, etc. It's a good idea to customize what you have. So, this is a tin kit, but it's not going to be like an Altoid tin. This one's a little bit bigger, as you can see. Some other stuff that I keep here with this too, just some purification tablets, some potable aqua, and a waterproof match case with striker in it, and it also has one of the little strikers on the bottom there, the flint thing. This is for sewing. Use this in leather work a bit. This is artificial sinew. It's waxed, and it's really good for sewing up all kinds of stuff. You can actually also take the strands and you can separate them into other little strands. I won't go into that here. And little eating utensils. Just most of this stuff is just, you know, cheap box store type things. You can't have too many things just on hand because you just never really know. So a lot of times cheaper is better because you can get a lot of it. Now this is not for survival stuff as far as like self-defense and things like that. I in no way recommend you go cheap with that. That's your life. But these are things that can be improvised if lost, or can be used for other purposes, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, on with the real kit. Excuse me. This is just an old like cookie biscuit tin, whatever. And like I said in a different video, my first aid kit video, that I normally wrap it with duct tape and I'll say what's on it or whatever. I know what this is. This is unique to me, so I don't have to really label it. If I have anything that I need to put in it, like here I put ad sinkers, so you know I'll know that something that I may or may not have in there. So let's go through this. Okay. Once again, we have little inserts from a CD or DVD spool. I covered this in my first aid kit video. These go on top of, you know, CD spools and stuff when you get them, and they're great for blister support. If you get a blister, your foot, whatever, you put the little hole over it, you can tape it in place. It doesn't allow the blister to be rubbed anymore. It gives relief from your shoe, etc. A military can opener. This is actually a military issue, and it doesn't have any markings or anything like that on it. My father is ex-military, so I inherited a lot of actual military stuff. So, and a little candle that I carved down to just make smaller, make square. A small compass. This is a liquid-filled compass. I have multiple different compasses, and I try to keep smaller ones, larger ones, whatever. Several on hand, just in case, because one thing may get broken, may get lost, whatever. This is a mirror. It's a harder mirror, but I have it in this little round insert. This actually came from an old compact. So if your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, you know, she gets rid of her compact, you can scavenge a lot of stuff. This can be used for lots of different things. Just this little metal plate, and I just happen to keep the mirror in that. And I keep some more emergency vitamin C powder to mix there. This is a cheap plastic magnifying glass. Had this since the 80s. This is just some old Newton Manufacturing Company. It was a rep. People that would sell things to businesses with your logos printed on them or whatever. So I've always had this, and it does start fires. It works great, and it's flexible. It's a Fresnel type lens, plastic, and fit in your wallet. In this case, this kit, indispensable for fire starting. I have multiple different methods of fire starting. I believe that everyone should know several ways of fire starting and have backups for everything. I don't believe in this kit's going to cover this and that's fine. If I have something here, I try to duplicate it in you know, double, triple, whatever in different kits. So if I don't have access to one thing, or if something gets damaged, I have a backup somewhere else in some way or another. Lots of different versions of the same thing you'll see in some of my stuff. Such as this. This is steri strips again. This is a smaller steri strip. If you get a laceration, you can't suture yourself, whatever. These are little strips that you can actually pull the wound close, and it keeps it together, and they work in place of sutures. These are some buttons, just some few different size black buttons. It's aspirin, acetaminophen with non-aspirin pain relief, some alcohol cleansing pads. These are little rubber rings. They can be used for just a bunch of different things. You know, you can put fabric through them and keep them taut. You can tie string to them, stuff like that. Fingernail clippers. Can't leave home without fingernail clippers. This is a little pack that has just a couple larger Band-Aid pieces, or bandages, and some military wet weather style matches. Some more antacid, some more betadine. These are more blades for size 11 and size 15 blades for a scalpel. Some Imodium. You're going to be out on your own. You never know what's going to happen. It's better to have this than to not have this. That's all I got to say. This is a Ziploc bag that I just have one of these little clips on. Ziploc bags are, or zipper style. You don't have to, you know, Ziploc. Indispensable. Holding water, putting things in. Can't do without them. Got a couple different things of thread. Band-Aid. It's an eyeglass repair kit because I wear eyeglasses. It has also I put a needle in it. It's got some replacement screws, a screwdriver. These right here are fishing leaders. Has a swivel built on. I always keep several of these in most of my kits available because they're indispensable for making snares. If you have to catch small game to survive, rodents, rabbits, squirrels, whatever, these things are indispensable. Also, rodent traps like the old spring rat traps and mouse traps and stuff, also really great. Just be sure to stake them down. Bunch of needles, and these are fishing hooks and fishing swivels that I just put in little paper coin rolls and taped together just to keep them from getting snagged. And also lots of different types of carabiners that I'll carry with me. This is just a more generic Cobalt multi-tool. It's not a Leatherman, but it has plenty of stuff on it, and it's pretty sturdy. It's a Cobalt. I'll keep a couple different style of bandanas and a poncho. This is an actual military issue poncho. It can be used as a tarp. And this right here, this is actually a surgical instrument set for minor surgery, field surgery set, military issue. I've taken some of the stuff out of it. It has, you know, you can see where forceps and scissors and hemostats and things were at, pardon me. And it has a scalpel that you can put the scalpel blades in, different scalpel blades. I also keep other blades, and these are suturing needles if you need to suture yourself up in the field. This is all military issue stuff, and but you know, you can actually, you don't have to obviously get military issue stuff, you can get it in other places, first aid supplies and stuff. Now these are silk and Ethlon sutures that have the suture needle connected to it already, and I'll have the size like a PS2 cutting or FS2 cutting. You don't need to really worry about that. I come from a military background with my family and medical background. My dad was a doctor, my mom was a nurse. I've said this in other videos, and I'm kind of OCD about stuff, so I believe that the more things you have involving first aid, fire starting, and general survival acquisition for things involving food, trapping, hunting, whatever, those are the main things you need. If you have fire, you have shelter, and you have first aid, the ability to get water that's drinkable, or make water drinkable, you can live. That's what everybody's done up until modern times. We've had to do that as a species, just like any other species on this planet, pretty much. Do what you need to survive. Improvise where you need to improvise, and that'll keep you going. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.